Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. Hey, this is Network Weather. Discover your day. I'm Dave Schwartz on the left. That's Steve Smith on the right, our producer today. And in the middle is Mike Smith. And you can tell the guy who's not smiling, he's the enforcer. That's Mike Smith. Today's weather word, ooh man, did you see that? Hey, I'm wearing my summer shirt here today because our weather word is rip current. A lot of people head to the beach this time of year, and a lot of people have trouble when they're caught in one of these. Now, here's the beach, here's the ocean, so you'd be in the surf, but look at all this here. That is sand moving away from the beach quickly in a fairly narrow area. That, my friend, is a rip current. And it's something that you want to avoid if possible, especially if you're not the strongest swimmer. Now, here's the beach. A little stormy, but a lovely day. No apparent rip current, at least at this point. But you know the safest thing to do when you go to the beach? Go to a life-guarded beach. You might want to check with the lifeguard before you go in the water. Check what the rip current status is. And also, don't swim alone, like this poor guy. He headed to the beach all alone. You want to be careful. You want to break the grip of the rip if you're caught in one of these rip currents. Rip current, fast motion, narrow channel from the beach away. So it will draw you away. And I'll tell you, these are strong. The strength of this, it goes faster than Michael Phelps can swim in a sprint. So you don't want to be caught in a rip current, all right? Swim parallel to the beach if you're caught in this thing. A rip current, you know, if you talk to a lifeguard, any lifeguard on the Great Lakes, anywhere there are waves, breaking waves, will tell you that at least 3/4 of their rescues are for people caught in rip currents. Okay? So we want a rip current to stay a rip current, not be an RIP current. More people are killed, about 100 people a year are killed in the United States after they drowned in rip currents. So be careful. Once again, this is what it looks like from closer to the sand now. You see the current moving out. It's moving this way, so it can carry you out yards away from the beach quickly, and that can be pretty scary. If you keep your wits about you and swim perpendicular to the current, you'll be out of that current in no time. If you can't swim, just ride it out, float, tread water, until you're out of this thing. It'll slow down. Make your way out of the current, okay? Be helpful when somebody's in need. Unlike this poor guy. This was the guy we saw in the middle of that picture to begin with. Mike Smith. Here's an old fella trying to pull in a boat, and he's asking for throw the rope, throw the rope, throw the rope. Nothing doing, all right? We need people, I'm just kidding, of course. This was actually pulled away a couple 100 feet by strong currents. I'll tell you, water is powerful, my friend. Water is almost incompressible. You know, if a wave hits you, boom, you can go flying, right? Well, the same can happen with a rip current drawing you out the beach. So, check, make sure the rip current threat is low, and you can go online, go to the National Weather Service, and they'll NOAA.gov/OKX, I believe, for the surf forecast for the Long Island beaches, for example. Here's what we got going. This is a satellite image from Sunday. Actually, the storm track is out here from the Central Rockies all the way up in Canada, following those clouds. This is just low-level moisture, a few showers, but the story for us is the humidity is back. People are streaming to the beaches. Long Island, Connecticut, the Jersey beaches especially. It's going to be warm. The Bermuda high is in place. High pressure reaching right across the Northeast. We'll hardly have any showers to cool you off. As you can feel, the humidity's back after a couple of days of a break, and it's going to be hot and humid. Heat indices up near 100 through this weekend into early next week. And then late in the week, you see this front that's way out here and up into Canada? That will begin to head south as high pressure heads west. That will allow the cold front to slide southward. We could have some pretty stormy weather in here, say late Thursday, Friday, and then perhaps a slight cool down by next weekend. But that's a long time away from now. For the time being, you and the kids, stay cool any way you can. There's not going to be much rain around here. This is an image that shows you the accumulated forecasted rain from now till next Saturday. You see the hot spots, huh? The southwest, the monsoon is on. Near the front, here in the upper Midwest, that'll be the severe weather threat. And here in Florida, we're in the blue, the moderate blue. From now till Saturday, that means we could only get about a ½ an inch of rain. So there'll be very few cooling showers. All right, so do what you can to stay cool. Drink plenty of fluids. Stay in the air conditioning. Check us out online. Whatever you need to do, take a siesta during the middle of the day when those temperatures will be approaching or maybe even exceeding 90 degrees, plus the humidity. That's it, my friend. Weather word and your forecast from Network Weather. Discover your day.